Hey, soul seekers, it is intuitive energy healer Kathy Weiss here. Welcome to this week's episode of Monday Messages. I'm coming to you live from my reading room here on the Central Coast of California, and we are going to dive into today's free live intuitive energy reading. Right before we pull a name out of my mat as a Hatter teacup hat where people have shouted out for an opportunity to win a free reading today. There's two things I'm feeling really called to add in. So as an intuitive, I have the ability to listen not only deeply inward, but to hear or feel the subtle energy vibrations of like collective energy as well as other people. And so I'm different from people who perhaps read oracle cards where they look at the messages that the card offers and provide information around that. I really feel your energy, or I feel collective energy. And so I'm working with you in the present moment to give you guidance and information that you need right now, just the next step to move you forward towards where your soul is calling you. And so collectively, it's really interesting right now because I'm feeling the energy of change, but like really positive change. Like sometimes when we hear change, we think it's like something negative is going to happen or things are going to start falling apart. But whatever this change is that's sort of collectively building, it's going to be something really positive. It's going to come with a lot of opportunity, a lot of room for forward growth, and a lot of room for forward momentum. But we're kind of like sitting in the pause right before this change arises. And so there's a lot of like, electrical current type energy. Like a lot of people who put their name in the teacup hat today, there were like sparks and lightning bolts and like sparkles, and there's a lot of energy, and some of it's coming in and some of it's dissipating out. And so as the momentum for whatever this change is, whether it's going to be a collective change that we all feel, or whether just a lot of us are lining up for individual personal changes, in this little bit of pocket right beforehand, you're just being asked to kind of sit in a patient, expectant place. And so you might be able to see down here my little collection of goodies. And the thing with crystals and the idea behind crystals is that they hold one vibration and they hold it steady. Whereas humans, we fluctuate. Our minds change, our energy changes, our mood changes. And so our energy fluctuates with that, whereas crystals hold steady. And so by bringing crystals near us or putting them in our pocket or things like that, it helps us to feel and hold that vibration. So I don't know if you can see, like I always kind of intuitively gather the crystals, and in the middle I've got hot pink, which is really strong, passionate, fierce love and compassion. And right in front of it is this kind of like shiny yellow goldish gal, I don't know, it doesn't have a gender, I don't think, but this one is all about joy and vitality. And then the clear quartz that I have on either side, especially this one, I think of it as my amplifier, and it's almost like I'm trying to like tune up the volume on self-love, fierce compassion, and also a real strong sense of joy and vitality. So in the waiting for this change that's building, we're all being reminded to stay really positive and in a place that what's coming is a good thing. And so to keep yourself feeling that excitement for whatever's coming because it's really good. So let's get into choosing a winner for today's free intuitive reading. If you have not seen me do these before, people have the opportunity on Monday to shout out and put their name in my cup. And when they do, I tune into their energy, is what I think of it as, like tune into your channel. And I just briefly jot down a couple of notes about that person's energy so that I don't get you confused. And because I said there's a lot of collective sparks and electricity going on with a couple of undercurrents of things that are a little bit like calm, the calm, cool waters underneath. But so that I don't get you guys confused, I write you down. And I always ask that the right person come out for the right reason. And today I'm hearing to add in for the highest good of all who are watching. And I feel like really almost want to be partial today, which is And not because, it's like if someone I know or don't know, but there's some really strong energies in here today. And I'm like, I want to read you all, but I keep being drawn kind of to this one here. So let's see who it is. Okay, Keri is today's winner. So congratulations, Keri. And if you are not Keri, I know it's backwards, reverse camera here. If you're not Keri, please stick with me because there is always something hidden and woven in for everyone. And before I start in with yours, Keri, I'm being asked to remind those of us that put our name in on a regular basis. So there's a handful of you that I love. I see you every week, and it's kind of fun to see where you're holding steady and where you're fluctuating. But some of you put in regularly and you don't come out. And what I'm hearing is that you're really being asked to strongly consider having a private one-on-one session with me, because sometimes the only way we can unlock you and move you forward is not in this public forum that's meant to serve everyone who's watching, but to really get in there and work individually on what you need. And I can tell you stories about some people that I work with on one-on-one that are like having phenomenal life changes right now. So if you're having doubts or fears around working with me one-on-one, you're being invited to jump in and ask some questions, whether you do it now during the video or you want to message me privately. Okay, but let's read for Keri. So again, I tune into Keri's channel, and this is what I feel and hear and see. And then we'll get into some healing messages and maybe some action steps. Okay. So Keri, you are definitely one of the people that is like all electricity right now. I see silver and gold sparks, and they're like jumping off of your skin, like straight, like super close in, just like boom, explosive. And it's really interesting. So it's a combination, Keri, that you are like super excited and fired up, and the gold is really like the color of the crystal here. It's like that sort of like sparkly, translucent firework, like sparkler gold. And this is like super excited. But it's mixed in with either like temper or anger. So like you're excited, but there's all like the silver sparks to me feel like there's an undercurrent of like you're either angry about something, which don't hear that as negative. There's nothing wrong with anger. It's a righteous emotion to have. Or that you want to have a temper flare up, and that like that silver is kind of like mixed in there. So your guidance is to be sure that any forward movement that you start to cultivate, especially moving into 2019, make sure that it's coming from your heart, your love, and your joy. So I have a feeling that there may be some people where the temper and the anger is almost like you're like, fine, I'll go ahead and do this because you said so. Or you're gonna like split and diverge and do two different things. And part of that is that like almost like temper tantrum, stomping your feet just to like make someone else happy or prove them wrong. And your guidance is to like, stop, get still, and don't move forward out of frustration. So if you feel like as you start to create forward momentum for 2019, you're getting really frustrated, or again, you're feeling angry, that you need to stop and get still and calm that part of yourself so that you can see and proceed clearly. So Keri, you're really being invited in 2019 to move forward again from your heart, your joy, your love. That's the only person you can fulfill anyway. And so you're really being asked to, what I'm hearing is it's you don't have to not be angry or feel frustration because those are valid. So you can feel those things, but to just not make the choices about your forward momentum or the choices about where you're headed in 2019 from that place, but to make those decisions when you're clear and still and peaceful and calm. And if you're not feeling that way, it just means it isn't time for you to make those decisions or take those actions, okay? So I'm going to pull a card from Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom Oracle deck. I was a little bit torn between this one and the Mother Mary today, and I just know we haven't seen this deck in a while. Um, We might end up pulling two cards today. We'll see how that goes. Because I'm hearing that this deck is going to be really useful, but that maybe the message, this is a really gentle deck, and the message might be a little bit too gentle. So when I do work with someone one-on-one or when they're with us live, I invite them to decide where to pull the card from, but I can just feel that this is the card that we're going to start with, and we might get into another message. So this first card is self-expression, and it says flexibility within structure. So I can really see her openness and her open heart, but that she's grounded here. Um, and so when we talk about this idea that we're all like we're just like right on the verge of some sort of change, and there's a lot of energy building around it. We've got to be super open. This is for all of us, not just you, Keri. We really need to be super open to the idea that this change may point us in a different direction or give us an opportunity to do things differently, but to still be really grounded and clear. I can't get over this, you guys, how much what I keep hearing for you as the people that hang out with me over here. I keep hearing get clear, get clear, get clear, get clear. And so that's where the groundedness comes from. It's like the more you are clear about what you are envisioning for the next 6 to 12 or maybe 18 months, the more you can be open to and receptive to it unfolding in a way that maybe you're not quite planning. But if you know what it is, you're going to recognize the things that are arriving in your life to get you there. And if you don't know how to get clear or you don't know how to um, create that structure for yourself, again, that's where you're invited to reach out to me and work with me one-on-one. This is what I'm really like honing in on as my area of expertise, is helping you design and create and live your soul-centered life. So I'm able to really hear what it is that you're feeling and considering and thinking, and what action steps you need to take to get you there. And when you do that and you follow the guidance that comes up in a session for you and the action steps that come up for you, you get there 100%. And I'm witnessing it right now in several people's lives, and it is incredible. And so just like, my guides are telling me, like, tell you guys about it and get excited and get juicy about it, because 2019 can absolutely be your year if you can get clear and then take action from there. And recognize, again, this first card for Keri and for everybody is to recognize it may not go exactly the way you envisioned, but if you know what it is you're lining up for yourself, you're going to see it and know it. Super strong messages today. We are pulling a second card because I'm hearing this one. The first one was a little bit more about the collective energy, and the second one is going to be a little bit more directed straight towards you, Keri. Although, of course, there's something in here for everyone. And this is Our Lady who gives peace. And when I look at her, there's so many beautiful, peaceful images. I sort of saw this beautiful bird, the way her eyes are closed. The eggs are like symbolizing that something is about to hatch that hasn't yet. And she's just really like in this beautiful, tranquil place. And I'm feeling, Keri, like that, especially the colors and the shades of blue. Can I show you guys again? The shades of blue here feel really calming and soothing. And so when we're asking to, Keri, we're asking you to sit still and get calm before you proceed forward. This is what I want you to feel. I want you to have this like eyes closed, very soft, very gentle awareness of what's inside yourself in order to move forward, again, not out of anger or frustration or to prove anybody right or wrong, but really because it fills your heart and soul with joy. And so Our Lady who gives peace is here to tell you that when you make your decisions from that peaceful place, and when you welcome peace into your life, then the results and the joy that you're seeking will unfold in a much easier, more comfortable, and natural way. And just peeking into the guidebook, she says handing something over means a complete and utter letting go, a surrender of attachment to the outcome, and a willingness to trust that what is meant to be will be. Again, hey, Keri, yeah, just go back and like watch from the beginning. Um, but you guys, so remember when I was saying letting go of attachments to the outcome? It's like if you can be clear about what it is you're setting up, but peaceful about how it's going to come in, it's going to unfold for you, okay? And the other thing, there's something else in this guidebook. I can feel it. I just need to turn the page to find it. Okay, so Mother Mary comes to you through this oracle with a message to be heeded. You are either in a situation now where you feel tested and challenged and are uncertain whether or not you should be worried, or you're going to have an issue that comes to a head that feels challenging. And I feel like this is where that push-pull is happening for you, Keri. It's like super excited and enlivened, but kind of frustrated and angry at the same time. Um, so she says, do not fear. I am with you and I am your cloak of protection. Trust me and allow me to bring you peace. And from that peaceful place from within, you will be able to make choices that help you greatly. So I feel like, Keri, that last little bit of message just affirmed and really reiterated what I was saying in your energy reading. You have goosebumps. I can't wait to hear about it. If you don't feel comfortable, Keri, telling all of us, you got to message me because now I'm super curious. But what, again, reiterating, especially for you, Keri, get into a place that's peaceful and calm before you make your choices about moving forward, okay? I'm hearing this message is complete. There was so much good stuff in here today. And also, there's a little bit over there on my Instagram. The last Instagram post I just did can also support this message. So you might pop over to Instagram. I'm lightworker_Kathy and check out that post, which can really support all of you in moving into 2019 with a lot of clarity and a lot of action and a lot of excitement. And what else? I'm hearing there's one other thing. Oh, we're going to be back on Wednesday for a bonus channeled message about hijacking the holidays and what is the greatest risk you can take around the holiday season. I cannot wait. We're busting out the Sacred Rebels Oracle cards for that one. And I have just a couple of spots left for intuitive energy reading and healing sessions in 2018, and just the urgency I keep hearing for those of you who have really been with me and watching me is take advantage of that and get clear and focused for 2019 now, because you'll give yourself a head start and make it the most amazing year possible. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to see you again on Wednesday and then next Monday for another free live intuitive energy reading. So until then, I love you guys and appreciate you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste. Gonna say bye twice. Bye. Love you.